Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 23rd July 2022. My name is T.S.V. Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube, haribol trsv nectar, and in this particular vlog, that is haribol trsv nectar, nectar nectar, we are discussing about the knowledge, opinion, ideas, thoughts, etc., that we have gleaned through our contemplation on material matters and meditation on spiritual matters. This particular video is no exception in this regard. We have been discussing about how a living entity stops being born again and again in this gross body and he takes up an etheric body and becomes a power or a person who hugs the background but who monitors the living entities in gross body in the society and chooses them, some of them of various walks of life, to be taken as persons who are considered genius by the multitude and who not only become living legends themselves but also set some parameters in their chosen field for the multitude to emulate. We have been discussing about several examples in this regard in my recordings. Today we shall discuss about one such person who genius possessed and who did a lot in his chosen field, that is business. The name of this person was Mr. R.P.G, also known as R.P.G in short. This person was born in the 30s in India to a very affluent and successful business family. In this family, there were several members, and this person's father was also one of them in the previous generation. However, due to some squabbles in the family, in the early 1960s, Mr. R.P.G's grandfather, that is his father's father, decided to distribute his holdings among his own sons, that is siblings. In that process, R.P.G's father also got his share of holdings. This man tried to start his own business with these holdings as a takeover artist. R.P.G. had two younger brothers. That is, there were three brothers or sons of that particular person. R.P.G. had no love lost for his own father right from the beginning. They never saw eye to eye, and R.P.G. sincerely felt that the father was showing favoritism towards his second brother. However, things came to a head when, in the year 1978, R.P.G. and his father were so much in loggerheads that his father decided to repeat what his own father had done in the early 60s. R.P.G.'s father distributed his own existing holdings among his three brothers. Here, several things happened for R.P.G. First, R.P.G. learnt a lesson that even if some are your own children, even if you have several sons, every son has his destiny, and hence it is not necessary that one brother should see eye to eye with another brother or with his father. This was one lesson that R.P.G. learned at that particular juncture in 1978. The second thing that happened to R.P.G. was that genius, which was creeping up slowly for the past few years, possessed R.P.G. completely in the year 1978 when his father distributed his own holdings between his three sons. R.P.G. got his own share and he decided to do something on his own. By the year 1979, R.P.G.'s genius made him purchase or hold several shares in several successful companies, of which a couple of them were totally in his possession. By mid 80s, R.P.G. was declared as the most successful takeover artist in Indian business field. This was not all. This genius, which possessed him in the year 1978, kept working with him till his own end, which was some 30 years later. For the next 30 years, R.P.G. purchased several companies and he made them all successful, though some of them turned out to be duds. However, R.P.G. had a burning desire to become a greenfield person. That is, he wanted to start an industry or a company of his own to manufacture his own products. In that process, initially he dwelt on a particular subject, or he toyed with the idea of producing razor blades called Giltech, But this particular venture was not very successful. However, when the mobile phone era came, he started his own brand called R.P.G, which was successful for several years. R.P.G had learned a bitter lesson twice, once in the early 60s and one in the late 70s. Hence, when time came for him to retire, he distributed his own holdings among his two sons who were stationed in Calcutta and Bombay, respectively. The holdings were distributed into 50% for each of the sons so that these sons could start and control their own world of business. Please let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. Please give me your own priceless opinions, ideas, thoughts, etc., so that we may combine everything together for the benefit of the multitude. In this particular story, we know how when genius possesses an ordinary person, he touches dizzy heights. This is equally applicable for women too. That is, he or she may touch dizzy heights if genius possesses him or her. Kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet next time in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan